The Ballad of Hotel Son Baulo, a symphony of disappointment. Oh, gather round, my fellow travelers, and let me weave you a tale so tragic, so painfully avoidable, that even the ghosts of hospitality past would weep into their moth-eaten linens. This is the story of Hotel Son Baulo in CanPicafort, a place where dreams go to die and standards go to hide. Let us begin with the room. Oh, the room, picture this. You step inside, weary from travel, only to be greeted by the scent of damp despair, like a forgotten basement where hope was last seen in 1987. The walls whisper of neglect, the tiles cracked like the promises of management. The television, a relic, a black mirror of betrayal staring blankly at you, mocking your need for distraction from the horror around you. And the air conditioning, oh, it works sometimes. Like a moody teenager, it deigns to function only in the afternoons, leaving you to marinate in your own existential sweat. But wait, it gets worse. The safe, that LL cost you extra. The mini fridge, also extra. Even if you don't use it, imagine that, paying for the privilege of not having a cold drink. It's like buying a ticket to a concert and being charged extra because the band might show up. Now let us speak of cleanliness, or rather the absence of it. The maids, they have Thursdays off, a whole day where your trash piles up like the regrets of the hotel's owners. The cups, left unwashed, crusted with the ghosts of yesterday's tea. The bathroom door doesn't close, a metaphor really for how little privacy or dignity you are afforded here. And the bathtub, rusty, not charmingly vintage, just rusty, like the hinges of a haunted asylum. Ah, but the food, oh the food, a crime against taste buds. The vegetarian options, lies, fish lurking where it shouldn't be, like a betrayal in every bite. The bread, sometimes hard as rock, sometimes soggy as regret. The meals, lukewarm disappointment served with a side of managerial indifference. And the all-inclusive drinks, watered down like the joy in your soul after day 3. And the beach. Oh, the location is perfect, which only makes the suffering more cruel, because while the sea sparkles, the hotel steals from you, paid for sunbeds, gone, end of season they say, as if your money expires with the leaves. The pool. Overcrowded, a battleground for sun loungers, where guests glare at children like they were trespassing on some geriatric paradise. The staff, either miserable or missing. Complaints vanish into the void like prayers to a god who left on vacation. And the noise, constant, a cacophony of neglect, from the neighboring bar's drunken chorus to the entertainment that sounds like a karaoke machine left on shuffle. So here we stand, victims of a place that should have been a haven, but was instead a lesson in suffering. A hotel that takes and gives back only broken promises and stale bread. But fear not, dear travelers, for we have the power of truth. We expose them, we warn others, and we...
The reality of businesses near Hotel Son Baulo Can Picafort. The businesses near Hotel Son Baulo Can Picafort are a lesson in disappointment. If you're expecting quality, consistency, or even basic competence, prepare to lower your standards dramatically. Let's start with the hotels. The area's accommodations have mastered the art of overpromising and underdelivering. Take Grupo Gran Vista Spa, for example. Guests arrive expecting a 4-star experience, only to be greeted by rooms overlooking trash piles, malfunctioning air conditioning, and bathroom doors that offer all the privacy of a fishbowl. One guest was promised a garden view, but instead got a front-row seat to discarded mattresses and broken furniture. The hotel's response? Technically, garbage is part of the garden ecosystem. Then there's the food scene. Restaurants here seem to operate on a simple philosophy: charge as much as possible while caring as little as possible. Restaurante Chino, Shanghai, is a prime offender. Diners report dishes so salty they could preserve a mummy, meat that tastes like it was cooked last decade, and a special kind of chaos where frozen spring rolls arrive before the anger of hungry customers does. One poor soul ordered crispy chili beef and spent the next 2 days in a battle with food poisoning. The restaurant's defense? Maybe you're just sensitive. Don Denny's, another local favorite for frustration, specializes in serving disappointment with a side of attitude. Guests ordering sea bass for €22 receive a fish so small it could fit in a goldfish bowl, while the baked potato side dish is more of a potato chip. And if you dare complain, the staff will photograph your unfinished plate as evidence against you. Because nothing says hospitality like treating customers like criminals for not enjoying their meal. Then we have Skau, the bar where cocktails go to die. The drinks here are so poorly mixed, they feel like a prank. Order a mojito and you'll get something resembling toothpaste and soda water. The CanPicafort cocktail, a mystery concoction that lingers in your stomach like a bad decision. The bathrooms are reportedly so grim they could double as a horror movie set. And the service? Let's just say the staff's enthusiasm matches the quality of the drinks, non-existent. So what's the takeaway for travelers? The businesses near Hotel Son Baulo Can Picafort are a minefield of mediocrity. Hotels mislead, restaurants neglect, and bars, well, they should probably stick to selling bottled water. If you must stay here, pack patience, lower expectations, and maybe a sandwich. Because in this part of town, the only thing guaranteed is that you'll leave with a story, just not the one you hoped for. And if you do find a hidden gem, treasure it. Because in this sea of letdowns, a decent meal or a clean room feels like a miracle.
Okay, so I was looking into stuff near Hotel Son Baulo Can Picafort, just because. And it's not great, honestly. It's like businesses around here, they sometimes take advantage. Not always, but enough that you should be careful, yeah. Like a lot of the shops, especially where tourists hang out, they seem to attract pickpockets. It's really common around bus stops, apparently. I read about this German couple. They looked totally normal, respectable even, but they were working together. The man, he'd get close, speak German really loudly to distract you, while the woman would just take your stuff. Probably handbags, wallets, the easy things. You'd probably be so confused, wouldn't you? Thinking, why is this man yelling at me in German? Then you'd realize your money is gone. I bet the couple probably just moved on to the next town, or maybe even the next island. The police probably couldn't do much, changing clothes and all. It's just frustrating. Then there was this other thing. People using those ticket machines at car parks like near Porto. Someone got robbed while using one. €80 gone, just their coin wallet, thankfully. But still. Imagine you on holiday, enjoying Mallorca, then poof, €80 disappear while you trying to pay for parking. Probably left them feeling so violated, right? Like you can't even trust a parking machine. The guy who did it probably needed the money or just is a bad person. Maybe they still doing it too, it's scary. And this is the weirdest one, honestly. Pickpockets changing clothes right after stealing something.